Hello again, Mark Stevens here with the Project Fish program from Michigan State University's Department of Fisheries and Wildlife. I'm here today, I'm going to show you how to make a spinner hook. You might have these things around your house if you're a fisherman, but if not, you can get them at any local bait and tackle store. So the first thing we're going to do is remind you of that knot that we did. It was called the Snell Knot, and we've got our hanger hook here. All right, and I'm going to show you real quick because we've done this before, I think lesson number 2. So down through the eye with one end, okay, take the other end, go up through the eye, just like that, and we're holding both of those along the shank right there, okay, and I'm going to use this to pull eventually, but I'm going to take this and wrap it around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times or so, 6 times at least. All right, and I'm going to pull this all the way through, just like this, until it's nice and tight. Pull that nice and tight all the way through. And that is your Snell knot. So that's the first knot we're going to use. So once that's on there, we'll show you what we're going to do with that. The other things that I have for you today are things called blades, all right? So there's a lot of different blades that you can put on now. That's going to be a little spinner blade. Fish feed by vibration and sight and color and that kind of thing. So that's one of the blades. And there's all different kinds of shapes and sizes. Here's one right here with the Project Fish logo on there. How about that? Okay, here's one that's plain. This is called the French blade. You can go crazy with blades. And the one we're going to use today is a small one, okay, and it's a hammered blade. And these have numbers. I think this one is a number 1 hammered blade. There's Colorado shape. There's all different shapes inside. Just look at them online. There's a ton of them. So, but since those are small, I've got some demonstration ones we're going to use. Okay, we also have beads. See these little beads right here? There's all different colors and shapes and sizes of those as well. We're also going to use that hook. All right, and we're going to use just a down-turned eye, long shank hook. And there's a variety of shapes and sizes of hooks. You can go crazy looking at those. The last thing we're going to use is a little thing called a Clevis, and I've got one on this little piece of paper. They're pretty hard to see. All right, right there. You see that Clevis? It's like a little folded metal Clevis, and you would use those as well. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to use some things that I made. All right, here's that Clevis. I made it out of a pie pan, okay? It's just a folded metal piece, just like that. And I've got a blade for you. That's a blade, all right, for demonstration purposes. And then I've got some beads, and these are just styrofoam balls that we drilled a hole through, just like that. And they're just a little bit larger for them. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Here's our hanger hook, right, that we tied the knot on. That's our Snell hook. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take this and put some beads on there. Okay? 1, slide that all the way down. 2, just like this. And I'll put a third one on there. And there's all different kinds of shapes and colors and sizes of beads. The idea with the beads is you should have the beads be the same width of the blade. Okay, so if you're using a blade that's that big, you might need 4 beads. See that? It's a little bit bigger. You don't want your blade to be hanging down past your bait here. All right, because that might hit the bait. It depends on the size of the bead. If you're using lots of little beads, then you need more of them for the size of the blade. All right, so then we're going to, let me just set that down for a second. Here's a step. We're going to take our Clevis and we're going to put it onto the blade. Okay, so you take the Clevis and you just put it through the hole of the blade, just like that. All right, and then you take your line and you go up through this Clevis, just like this. Up through the Clevis, like that, and like that. Okay, and we'll slide that right down. All right, and now we've got the bead that's cupped around the blade, okay? Or the blade that's cupped around the beads. You see that? And then this will spin, okay, as it goes through the water. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do, we can, if we want, put another bead on there. Or we could have put the blade on last. Let me put another bead on there. So it looks something like that. Okay? And then the last thing we're going to do is tie that end loop knot. Alright, remember that? The end loop knot. We just make a loop like that. And then at the very end, we're going to tie the knot just like that, right in the end. And remember, you can double this knot to make it even stronger. Remember that from our other lesson? That's called the end loop knot. So what we have right now is a spinner hook. Look at that. All right, so enjoy that. Try that out. If you can make these things for demonstration purposes, or you can, for like teaching a large class from a distance or something like that, or you can just make it out of some smaller things. So have a great day. Enjoy that.